Five things every African must know. What if I told you that Africa is not a story of struggle, but a story of strength, brilliance, and unshakable resilience? For centuries, others have told our story, edited it, filtered it, and twisted it. But today we tell it ourselves because when an African knows who they are, the world changes. This is not just another motivational video. This is a reminder of five things every African must know about our past, our power, and our future. Stay with me till the end, because the fifth one might just change how you see yourself forever. Welcome back, my brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the motherland. From the bustling streets of Lagos to the deserts of the Sahara, from Cape Town's coastlines to the hills of Kigali, we are one people, one heartbeat, one future. This message is not just about facts, it's about awakening, because when a continent forgets who it is, it becomes easy to control. But when Africa remembers, the world has to listen. Today we'll talk about five truths every African must know, truths that empower, enlighten, and unite. Let's begin. At Africa's true history and heritage. Our story didn't start with slavery, colonialism, or foreign aid. Our story started with civilization itself. Africa gave birth to Egypt, Nubia, Aksum, Kush, Mali, and Songhai. Empires that mastered mathematics, medicine, trade, and philosophy long before much of the world had learned to read. In Timbuktu, scholars wrote thousands of manuscripts on astronomy, law, and science. In Great Zimbabwe, architects built massive stone cities without mortar. In Benin, bronze sculptures reflected artistic genius that Europe would later steal and display in museums. But colonization didn't just steal our land, it tried to erase our memory. Reclaiming our history is reclaiming our identity, because when you know your roots, no one can uproot your confidence. We come from kings, queens, builders, and thinkers. Our heritage is not something to be ashamed of, it's something to rebuild from. The power of unity. For centuries, Africa has been divided by tribe, by language, and by artificial borders drawn in Berlin, not in Africa. Those lines were meant to separate us because united, we are unstoppable. Kwame Nkrumah, Julius Nyerere, and Thomas Sankara all preached one message: Africa must unite. That message still echoes today. When we fight each other, others profit. When we trade with each other, we all rise. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, is one of the most powerful ideas in modern history. It connects over 1 billion people into one market. Imagine the power when a phone made in Rwanda, a car built in Ghana, and software designed in Nigeria, all we move freely across the continent. Unity is not just political, it's psychological. It's choosing to see yourself in your brother's struggle and in your sister's success. When Africa acts as one, the world must deal with us as one. Unity is our superpower, and division our greatest weakness. The wealth of the continent. Africa is not poor. Africa is rich. We hold 30% of the world's minerals, 60% of its arable land, and a population where 70% are youth. We have diamonds, gold, cobalt, and oil, but also something even more valuable: creativity, energy, and spirit. So why are we called poor? Because others extract what we own and sell it back to us at 10 times the price. We export cocoa, but import chocolate. We export crude oil, but import petrol. We export talent, but import experts. It's time to reverse that. The new wealth is not just in resources, it's in ownership. We must invest in our own industries, support our own businesses, build African brands, and keep the value here at home. The future belongs to those who control their resources, their narratives, and their minds. We are not beggars, we are builders. And it's time we start acting like it. Education and innovation. Education is our passport to independence, but not just formal schooling. Education that makes you think, question, and create. Our ancestors passed wisdom through storytelling and apprenticeship. Now it's time to combine that wisdom with modern innovation. Across the continent, young Africans are breaking barriers. In Kenya, technology is transforming financial systems. In Nigeria, startups are solving real problems. In Ghana, engineers are building satellites. In South Africa, researchers are advancing renewable energy. We must move from consumers to creators, from importing knowledge to producing it. In the digital age, knowledge is the new gold. The laptop is the new shovel, and innovation is the new independence. Every African child deserves access to quality education and technology, because when we educate our people, we liberate our continent. Cultural and spiritual identity. Culture is the soul of a nation. Lose it, and you lose your way. Our languages, music, proverbs, and traditions carry wisdom that no textbook can replace. Values like Ubuntu, I am because we are, remind us that humanity is about connection, not competition. Our spirituality is not just religion, it's balance, respect, and community. Modernization should never mean westernization. We can build skyscrapers without losing our storytelling. We can code apps without forgetting our ancestors. We can embrace progress while protecting what makes us African. To move forward, we must look backward, not in regret, but in remembrance. Because when we stand rooted in culture, we cannot be shaken by trends. Africa doesn't need saving. Africa needs remembering. Remembering who we are. Remembering that we come from greatness. That we are not the future of the world. We are the foundation of it. The next chapter of Africa's story will not be written by outsiders. It will be written by you, by the dreamers, the doers, the believers, the ones watching this right now. The world is changing, and this time Africa will lead. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more African empowerment content. Comment below, what do you think every African must know? Let's build a movement. One voice, one vision, one Africa. Because the time is not tomorrow, the time is now. Together we rise.